I, along with 14 of my colleagues, were part of a routine boarding patrol. We deployed from HMS Cornwall in 2 ribs. We approached an unidentified merchant vessel that our supporting helicopter had identified as worth investigation.
A short while later, 2 speedboats were spotted, approaching rapidly about 400 meters away. It was then that I ordered everybody to make their weapons ready, and I ordered the boarding party to return to the boats. By the time all were back on board, 2 Iranian boats had come alongside. Some of the Iranian sailors were becoming deliberately aggressive and unstable. They rammed our boats and trained their heavy machine guns, RPG, and weapons on us. Another 6 boats were closing in on us. We realized that our efforts to reason with these people were not making any headway. We made a conscious decision not to engage the Iranians and do as they asked.
Irrespective of what has been said in the past, when we were detained by the IRG, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, we were inside internationally recognized Iraqi territorial waters. And I can clearly state we were 1.7 nautical miles from Iranian waters. On arrival at a small Iranian naval base, we were blindfolded, stripped of all our kit, and led to a room where I declared myself as the officer in charge. 2 hours later, we were moved to a second location, and throughout the night were subjected to random interrogations. The following morning, we were flown to Tehran and transported to a prison where the atmosphere changed completely. We were blindfolded, our hands were bound, and we were forced up against the wall. The next few nights were spent in stone cells, approximately 8 feet by 6, sleeping on piles of blankets. All of us were kept in isolation. We were interrogated most nights and presented with 2 options. If we admitted that we'd strayed, we'd be back on a plane to the UK pretty soon. If we didn't, we faced up to 7 years in prison. We all, at one time or another, made a conscious decision to make a controlled release of non-operational information.
Being an Islamic country, Faye was subjected to different rules than we were. She was separated from us as soon as we arrived in Tehran, in the detention center, and isolated in a cell well away from any of us. She was told shortly afterwards that we had all been returned home, and was under the impression for about 4 days that she was the only one there.
Later on, I'd say probably a week into it, we were taken out in the evenings for maybe a couple of hours just to play chess together or just to socialize. But that was in the full glare of the Iranian media. On day 12, we were taken to a governmental complex, blindfolded, and then given 3-piece suits to wear. We watched the president's statement live on television, and it was only then that we realized we were to be sent home.